Hey boss babes, it's Madison Harnish back here with yet another anti-MLM video. Today I'm diving into the history of multi-level marketing companies, how they originated and how they grew to be as big as they are. Before we get into the video, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm a newer channel, so it really means a lot to me when you guys do, and to everyone who's been subscribing, commenting on my videos, and giving me such supportive encouragement. That really means the world to me. I would not be as excited and happy about making videos if it wasn't for your guys' support. So thank you. And well, let's get into it. Multi-level marketing, or network marketing as it's called across the world, is an extremely fast-growing phenomenon. There's all sorts of MLM companies popping up, some really strange, some not so much. It just seems like when one gets shut down, like 30 others pop up. Something that I think is really interesting that I learned in my business studies when I worked at a tech startup is the different forms of marketing that there are. You can do paid advertisements, you can do sponsorships, you can have affiliates, but it's seemingly agreed upon that the absolute best way to grow your company is through word of mouth. Word of mouth marketing is 100% free. You don't have to pay someone or advertise anything, and it's through people organically sharing with others something that they like and enjoy. If you think about Uber or Facebook and think about how you found out about those companies, most of the time it's through a friend. I remember specifically, I learned about Facebook because all of my friends were using Facebook. Same thing with Instagram. All of a sudden, everyone was talking about Instagram. Same thing with Snapchat, Uber. Most of how you hear about those companies is through someone sharing it with you. That's word of mouth marketing and the best way for a company to grow. What network marketing companies do is basically take advantage of word of mouth marketing. They use distributors who are costing no money and basically getting no money. So if you think about it, really, they're working for free. Instead of paying for an advertising fee or other types of ways to market their business, they take these distributors and basically have them talk about the company with their friends and family as if it's word of mouth marketing. Only the distributors think in their head that they're growing a business this way, but really all they're doing is giving this company free advertisement, if you think about it, especially with the statistics of how many people in MLM companies actually make money. This is why MLM companies actually grow super, super fast, because so many people are talking about it and encouraged to talk about it and share it with their friends and family, that a lot of times MLM companies grow very rapidly. This is also why, though MLM companies were a thing before the internet, they especially grew rapidly when the internet hit. With the rise of Facebook and other social media websites, Hunbots could basically practice word of mouth marketing without even having to be face to face with another person, which allowed them to talk about the company to more and more people and be an annoyance to more and more people. To try and maximize the amount of people they talked to and contacted, they also invented the lovely copy and paste message, which also has had some pretty funny mess ups, which I'll put on the screen right here. No. My cat just tried to jump up on the table and then fell. But what MLM companies existed before the internet? It's generally believed that multi-level marketing originated with the company Nutrilite, which I discussed a little bit about in my Amway video, if you've seen that. From this company, the concept of multi-level marketing literally emerged accidentally. The company started in 1940 as a direct selling company, but distributors noticed that they were generating more sales for the company by referring their friends. Nutrilite saw that this was working too, so they further capitalized on this system even more by paying 2% bonus to the sponsored distributor on the sales achieved by the distributor and their network. This led to the birth of the modern day system of pyramid selling. It's literally called pyramid selling, like, yikes. After Nutrilite birthed pyramid selling, the company achieved unprecedented profits and growth. When you're referring friends and people that you know, it's people that are comfortable with you. So you're sharing something with them and they're comfortable enough to trust you in your opinion and advice. So it's literally capitalizing off of word of mouth growth that they have to pay nothing for except for a very, very small commission. So that's just like crazy if you really think about it. Yeah. In 1960, Richard DeVos and J. Van Andel, who were distributors of Nutrilite, broke away to create Amway. Once again, if you've seen my Amway video, you know all about this. But Amway soon after grew to be the biggest MLM business in the world. As I discussed in my Amway video, the DeVos and Van Andel families gained a ton of political power in the US, which they strategically used to allow Amway's unethical pyramid selling to continue, which basically opened up the opportunity for countless of other MLMs to start as well. Since the start of MLMs have been known to sell the dream of financial independence, when over 99.25% of all distributors never make a profit or actually lose money. Basically, participants lose money whilst MLM companies gain money. So not only have MLM companies tricked distributors into doing marketing for the company for free, but also they've somehow tricked distributors into putting their own money into this company and into these products. It's like an evil genius scheme if you think about it. So company A has a marketing budget, it has a plan for that, and it puts a ton of money. No, excuse me. They end up putting a bunch of their money, the company's money, into advertising so that they can hopefully generate sales. That's a traditional company model. MLM companies instead are like, what if we go to people and tell them to spread the word about the product? But maybe we try and convince them that they could possibly make money from it, even though we know that's not true. Even though we know that we're the only ones that profit. But we convince them that they might possibly make money from it so that they go and tell their friends and basically just market the hell out of our products. And also, we tell them that they have to purchase the products themselves. So they're also forced into spending a bunch of money on our company, still somehow thinking that they're gonna make a profit on this, when in reality, all they're doing is A, generating sales from buying the product themselves, and B, marketing the company with word of mouth marketing. That's completely free for the company. Like I said, it's evil genius stuff. Like from a company standpoint, it's a great way to basically get other people to do marketing for you. But it's so unethical. The biggest problem is that MLM companies have been widely known to preach this financial independence. You're making your own money, you're a boss babe, you're gonna go out and make a ton of money and be able to pay those bills. And that's what all of the distributors teach as well. The companies teach, it's like this glamorous lifestyle. You can see it with LuLaRoe photos, with Young Living. It's just really gross, when in fact, all they are doing is they're basically like marketing interns, if you really think about it. Except for they're probably paid less than marketing interns. She agrees. Because of these factors, MLMs have been made illegal in some jurisdictions, including China, of all places. So the US is actually lower in standards of ethical business choices than China when it comes to MLMs. Not to knock China or anything, but that's just like, maybe we should think about that? Maybe? I don't know. These jurisdictions that have made MLMs illegal maybe don't see them as a pyramid scheme, but they see them as a variation of a pyramid scheme, which is the truth. MLMs might not be the traditional pyramid scheme model, but they're a variation in which people don't make any money and pour tons of money into a business in which they never see a profit, even though they're practically promised that they will. Why is this so hard for people to understand? It's a form of a pyramid scheme that we are simply not accepting in our government because there are people in our government who have something to gain from us continuing to be complacent with unethical MLM practices. MLMs are designed by nature to solely make a profit for the owners or shareholders of the company, not the distributors. The design of an MLM company is made, as we say, it's like made for only the people at the top, but if you really look at it, it's mainly made for just the owners and shareholders of a company, not even any distributors that are active in the company. And that means that if you are successful in a pyramid scheme, you are truly an anomaly, a statistical anomaly, and that this company that maybe you have made a little bit of success and profit on was created to destroy others who come in your place. Maybe you should think about that. If you are a successful distributor in an MLM company, you're kind of part of the problem, especially if you're showboating this lifestyle that you've been able to make, selling this dream that others can do so, when in turn they join these companies and get completely in over their head, underwater, in debt, because this company that they've joined isn't made to make them money. But because these owners are shady AF, they've created the false narrative that MLMs are all about financial independence, boss babes, and making bank, when that is just not the case. It's a scam to get free marketing for this MLM company. I mean, yeah. It really shows how different a narrative can be from reality, and how we can't always trust what we hear or what we even see. We already know that there's people who have joined MLMs who have poured tons and tons of money into portraying this super successful lifestyle that's not even the case, to the point where they've lost a crap ton of money, gotten in over their head into debt, and had to declare bankruptcy.
You know, on my time with LuLaRoe, I just felt like I was untouchable, basically. I just wanted to keep making more. Like, it was never enough. Like, if I made $25,000, the next month I wanted to do $30,000. So it just, I got addicted to working, I guess, and I got addicted to the sale. And now I owe thousands of dollars. My brand new car got repoed after I was successful with LuLaRoe.
This has got to stop. And it's a good lesson in life in general that even if you see something and you believe it to be true, most of the times it's probably not, or at least you should really look into it before trusting what someone else has to say. It reminds me of in my Amway video, a lot of people in the comments told me like, oh, I met these Amway people and they're actually really successful, or they're actually doing really well. Luckily, I chose not to get into it, but I was surprised by how well they were doing. You look at the statistics and it's like 0.1% of people maybe are doing well. So they're either 1 in 1,000 of people who are actively participating in Amway, or they're lying to you and they're putting up a facade. You know, you can't always trust what people portray. Some people are really good at it. I mean, trust me, I come from LA, the land of pretending to be someone you're not. I remember there would be guys that would have a Rolex watch and drive a Porsche, but go back to their studio apartment that they shared with 4 other dudes, you know? Like, it's so easy to portray something for an image and not really be living that reality. Especially nowadays with Instagram. It's just, we've created a world where MLMs can thrive, if you think about it. With social media and this ease that we have now of faking the life that we live. You hear about people that, hey, you do a photo shoot in a private jet that's on the tarmac, that never actually takes flight, just so that they can post on their Instagram and make it look like they were in a private jet. You hear about people making those YouTube videos faking being on vacation when they're literally just at home doing nothing. We've literally created a world where it's so easy to completely create a fabricated lifestyle that we've almost created this world that's allowed MLMs to thrive. It's kind of strange to think about that. So anyways, that's the history of MLMs, how they started. I know obviously there's a lot in between, but I basically just wanted to make a video really going over the main points, how they started, how they grew so widespread. Yeah. I hopefully that was an entertaining video. If you have any MLM companies that you're curious the history of, or the background, or want to know more about, definitely leave me a comment down below. I'm still working on the Beachbody one. I also really want to do one on Beauty Counter, which is an interesting one to me because they're like half an MLM company, half not. But yeah, if you have any others, definitely leave them down in the comments below, and see you guys next time. Stay well until then.